Gulliver's Adventures in the Land of Tiny People. Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a kind and adventurous doctor named Gulliver. When work became scarce, he decided to set sail on a great voyage, seeking new opportunities. The journey was smooth at first, but one night, a mighty storm struck the ship. Roaring waves crashed against the wooden deck, and lightning lit up the sky. The ship tipped over, and Gulliver, along with a few crew members, barely managed to escape on a small rowing boat. But the storm showed no mercy. A monstrous wave overturned the tiny boat, scattering everyone into the vast ocean. Gulliver struggled to stay afloat, battling the fierce waters until, at last, the waves carried him to an unknown shore. Exhausted, he collapsed on the soft sand and drifted into a deep sleep. When he woke up, something felt strange. He couldn't move. Looking down, he realized he was tied up from head to toe with thin ropes. But the biggest surprise was yet to come. Surrounding him were tiny people, no taller than his hand, staring at him with wide eyes. These were the Lilliputians, the people of a miniature kingdom called Lilliput. Startled by his giant size, they shot tiny arrows at him, though they barely tickled. "Please, don't be afraid. I won't hurt you," Gulliver pleaded. Seeing that he meant no harm, the Lilliputians untied him and gave him food and water. Soon, they built a special cart, pulled by hundreds of miniature horses, and took him to their grand city. Though their largest building was still too small for him, the king kindly offered it as his home. The king of Lilliput allowed Gulliver to stay, on one condition: he had to help the little people with their daily tasks. With his incredible strength, Gulliver helped repair buildings, carried buckets of water the size of houses, and even assisted with farming. The Lilliputians adored him, and Gulliver felt like a hero in their tiny world. But danger loomed. A rival kingdom prepared for war, their mighty fleet of ships ready to invade Lilliput. The people were terrified, but Gulliver had a brilliant plan. Using long ropes, he secretly crossed the sea at night and tied all the enemy ships together. With a mighty pull, he dragged them back to Lilliput, saving the kingdom without a single battle. The people cheered, and the king rewarded him for his bravery. One night, a fire broke out in the royal palace. Thinking fast, Gulliver filled an entire ship with water and poured it over the flames, saving the castle. The king was grateful, but not everyone was happy. The jealous royal advisors whispered lies, convincing the king that Gulliver might take over the kingdom. Fearful, the king ordered a terrible punishment. Gulliver was to be blinded and banished from the city. A kind palace worker overheard this and warned Gulliver just in time. Realizing he was no longer safe, Gulliver escaped under the cover of night, taking the enemy's ships with him. He sailed to the neighboring kingdom, the so-called enemy. But to his surprise, they welcomed him with kindness. Their king listened to his story and even offered him shelter. While exploring, Gulliver discovered a wrecked rowing boat, his old boat from the storm. With the help of the friendly villagers, he repaired it, ready to return home. As he set sail across the vast ocean, he wondered who would believe his incredible tale, a land of tiny people, 2 kings, and a heroic adventure. Just when he thought he was lost at sea, a passing ship rescued him, and at last, he was on his way home. Though he longed to see his family again, Gulliver smiled, knowing that many more adventures awaited him beyond the horizon.